What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video in the Road to 1 Million series where I document our journey from zero to $1 million in real estate, wholesaling, and with our software. So today, I wanted to talk about something that is often overlooked when you're starting a company, and that is company culture. Now, I'm going to elaborate on this because this is it can become very foo-foo, like HR bullshit very easily, where you're spending like days like talking about your values and not actually doing anything that moves the company forward. Because at the end of the day, a business is making money. It's money in, that is it. You can spend infinite amount of money. It's super easy to spend money. It's super easy to come up with like fun little character traits that you want to look for in people in hiring, but you're not making a dick about money. So I'm going to talk about some tactical ways, or a tactical perspective on company culture that I just listened to from the CEO and founder of Snapchat. And that is that culture, so I'm driving on the highway here, is nothing more than a way in which you want people to behave. And so when you view it through that lens, it becomes much more clear about how you would want to go about that and why it's so crucial when you're starting out. Because when you're starting out, it's very easy to get upset over little things because you're so vulnerable and fragile in the early stages of a business. And when like a deal falls through, you could be losing 100% of your revenue. We have a deal fall through for 10 grand. If we have 10 grand at the bank, that was supposed to double our entire revenue. You know what I mean? So it's that sort of thing. And so it's very easy to get upset. It's very easy to act improperly and to lose some of the chemistry and the communication that you have with your co-founders or with other employees that you may have. Or even if you're a solo founder, what the narrative that you tell yourself may shift into a less than beneficial state. And I want to tie this back to something that I heard from the YC podcast the other day. And that was, in times of struggle, be wary and be accepting of how your co-founder and how people react to stressful situations. Because, so for example, this is a very like small one, and Ali and I really haven't had anything like this yet. It will come one day where we'll probably get a big fight over some shit, but because the absolute number has not yet been very large, we've been okay making decisions pretty quickly. And I think we communicate very well now. Obviously, we still have a lot of room to go, but where we were a year ago, we're very logical about how we approach things. Like, we'll initially be somewhat emotional and tied to what we think is best, like our personal opinions, and then we'll just kind of break it down. And eventually, one guy will be like, "All right, this is slightly more what you were saying, or this is slightly more what I was saying, or something completely different." But anyways, I'm rambling. What the YC guys were saying is, in times of struggle, people are going to react differently. Like, some guys are going to try to work extra hard. Some guys are going to be like, "All right, let's just sit back and think." And you don't want to have too much conflict in that time, because it's going to steer your emotion. Your negative emotion is going to negatively impact your ability to make the correct decision moving forward. And if you have a company culture, per se, or a general framework for how you should behave, is a more accurate description and more tangible. If that is set out, which we have that. We developed that like last June about our core values. And as long as we're abiding to that and implementing that, that's the hard part, is implementation. It's easy to come up with like a list of cool things, but implementing it in times of struggle, that's what's hard. It's like setting your alarm the night before to wake up early and go to the gym. It's really easy the night before because you're delaying it. You're not actually taking any hard action. But when 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. rolls around and you got to get up and pound a couple bananas and go to the gym, it's a lot harder. So it's really easy to sit down and say, "Hey guys, these are our company values." But when you're hiring people, when you're firing people, when you are faced with a huge loss in the business, that's when it really shows the direction of the business and if it's going to be successful and whether you're going to be successful. So it's just something to keep in mind at the beginning, because there's going to be a lot of fluctuations. And so I'd recommend sitting down and come up with like 2 or 3, maybe 4 ideas that you think that you would like to engage in and fit your personality type, because that's a big part of it. But also be logical about it and kind of what is also going to help you guys stay on the right track and make the most money. So that being said, that's all I've got for today. Let me know what you think about this one. Drop a comment down below to the 2 viewers that I've got. But yep, we'll see you all in the next one.